it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today we have another giveaway for you. And today's giveaway is coming from Kit and Clowder, who is kindly giving us a $20 voucher for you to spend on her website, and she has some fabulous classes. Now, I love what doing Elise's classes. I really, even though I think I colour pretty good anyway, and that's not trying to sound big-headed, but I have learnt so much from it. And I think that you can work from these classes if you're a complete beginner in a particular medium or a particular thing that you want to cover, or somebody like myself who has a little bit more experience. Either way, you're going to get something from this. And as you can see here, there are lots of classes. We've got skin and hair, which has now been updated. So when that first came out, it was focused mostly on markers, but now that covers the pencils, and has, as I say, been updated. Then there's some free classes. If you have joined certain ones, you get others for free. There are also things like these individual project classes. We've got here the clothing class, which I mean, I've joined quite a lot of these classes. I'll show you which ones I've got in a minute. Then you've got your pencils classes, so if you want to focus a bit more on that specifically. Another project class, animals, so if you want to learn how to colour all different animals. And then the latest class, as I was saying just now, is this elements of nature. I am really enjoying this. I haven't done much on the classes lately just because I'd been so busy with doing stuff for you guys, but when this came out, I immediately joined and I immediately did a couple of the pictures, because the beauty of things like the nature class and the animals class and these sorts of classes particularly is you can do these in any order, so you can just pick the one that takes your fancy and work on it. Then you've got here your distress inks and kind of watercolor type pencil marker type things, and then some more project ones here as well, and then your light source technique class, which frankly is complicated and it is technical, but it is definitely worth going through it, and you get that free with your skin and hair, your clothing class, and I'm not sure about others, but I think there's some others that you get it free with as well. So there's all of these classes. Now if you have a look, I'll see if it shows you here what I'm part of. Look at all the ones I've joined. And then you've got, on top of that, we've got the monthly classes. So they are your create and learn class. You have one in pencils and one in markers. It's basically a monthly subscription, and you get sent every month a video to do a specific project, but that particular project, whether it be in markers or pencils, in my case both because I've joined both, that particular project is going to focus on a specific technique. So I've got some examples of some of the create and learn that I've done in the past that I put up on Instagram, just to show you the kind of thing we do. So this was my first ever use of pencils, so my first time I'd ever used Prismacolors. Now I've put all this black around just with the Instagram tools, but the actual picture is the mermaid, and I think that's a pretty good attempt, considering that's the first time I'd ever used pencils in a proper colouring way, and I'm really pleased with how that turned out. And literally we learnt this from, you know, from watching the video and how Elise was explaining things, and we were learning about the lighting and, you know, about obviously how water affects the body and the bubbles. We were sort of teaching all these different techniques can be used on other pictures later. And also, of course, I find with all of the create and learn classes that these supplement really well to my main class, so that when I'm doing my skin class and my hair class, obviously the techniques I'm learning there, this is a really good way of sort of being held, having my hand held while I'm practicing those techniques a bit more, because I'm being shown again with different hair and different picture how to do the skin and how to do the hair. So now looking at this is a marker picture. I absolutely love this one here. Obviously we were learning how to do the lighting, how the lighting came in, and sort of background, see-through sheer fabrics and sheer things. And also look here, we've done bubbles again, so we're learning and a little bit more technique on the bubbles here. This has got colour in the bubbles and really showing a little bit more to that. Obviously skin and hair again, and clothing, which is part of our main class if you choose to do that. Now if you do the main classes and then you do create and learn, you can submit your create and learn projects, or any projects actually that you do, for feedback, because all your main classes will, anything you submit to Elise, she will give you feedback on. So that's a really helpful thing, because as far as I know, I don't know many or any other class that you get that when it's online, where you submit your work and you get feedback and sort of advice on how you can improve. But as I say, these are the create and learn. This was my first marker class with the create and learn, and then this is the one that I've done, and then this is one, I think this was the second pencil class that I ever did, and I love this image. I love the hair and I love the little panda. I just think I was really pleased with how it turned out, and obviously it's the first time that I did really like normal skin in pencils, but the hair was the thing that I really liked on this. So that's just a sort of examples of the kind of things that you can start to do. So basically there are kind of your main classes, and then there's your subscription class of create and learn, which comes out every month. So your main class is like a course, and you work your way through it how you want to do and at the speed you want to do. There's no kind of deadlines or anything like that. You do it completely at your own pace. And then, as I say, you've got this monthly kind of class, which I think is a great way of starting out if you're not sure what you want to do. This is kind of cool because you learn a lot of techniques, but you I personally find it a really, as I said before, I find it a really good way of helping me with my main classes, because it gives me kind of that extra tuition. So it works really well in its own right, or as a complement to your main classes. So the last thing I want to show you that Kit and Clowder do, and you can join this irrespective of whether you're a member of the classes or not, is there is a Facebook page. I will put a link up to the website for you and to the Facebook page, etc., and also any projects that I've got. The best place for looking at anything I've done on that is to go to my Instagram, because that's where I post all of that stuff. And if you're wondering why you hadn't seen any of it and you hadn't been on Instagram, that would be why. There's loads of stuff on my Instagram that I never post anywhere else, so it's always worth taking a peek on there. As I say, this is a $20 giveaway kindly donated from Elise of Kit and Clowder, hence why I was showing you some of the things that you could use your $20 on if you are lucky enough to win. And as you can see, there are plenty of choices. What you need to do in order to enter is, as before, you need to make sure firstly that you are a subscriber to my YouTube channel. You then need to leave a comment on this video on YouTube. Any comments need to be left on YouTube only if you wish to enter into the giveaway. If you leave a comment on the blog post, that will not count for the giveaway. Okay, if you are on my blog post and you want to leave a comment on the YouTube video, click on the video, it should take you there. If for whatever reason you don't know how to do that, that's not a problem. I will also put a link on in the text for you of the blog post, so that you can just click that and go across to my YouTube channel, and then you'll be able to find the videos and leave comments on the ones that you wish to enter. The closing date for the giveaways is midnight GMT on the 13th of May. I will draw the winners over that following weekend, and I put the announcement of the winners up on the 15th, which is the Monday following that weekend. There will be some additional information, read the rules, etc., on underneath this video or on the blog post, so do make sure you take a read of it so that you're totally clear with what all the rules are. Okay, so good luck. Thank you to Elise of Kit and Clowder for her kind donation to my 10,000 subscriber celebrations. Okay, so thank you so much. Good luck everyone, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.